We left freshwater feeling apprehensive, a bit beaten down, but also excited to be back on the water. What you squishes doing? Smell pretty bad. The river mouth is shallow and full of sandbars, so we went almost out into the ocean, swung back around, and turned to go into the lagoon. We only had a couple of feet under our keel during this process. High tide was a necessity. Well, we made it. That was a bit stressful. We're here. Well, it took us 3 tries to get to where we wanted to anchor, and this is the mud that came up from the bottom. Pretty dark, but this is where we're at. What do you think, Max? Is this okay? Is this better than land? Yeah, you're a good boy. It's gorgeous. What you doing, Logie?
I am preparing our stern anchor.
This guy?
With that bit of chain. Not sure how much.
Not very much.
And not sure how much rope is on that spool either. But we're gonna throw our stern anchor over there after we bring the back around with the dinghy and tighten it up and see. But I'm just mousing all these shackles.
Nice, so that it doesn't fall off. And Max is giving me kisses because Max wants to go to shore.
With annealed stainless locking wire.
Ooh, fancy. What a thing to be back on anchor. It feels so nice to be back in the water. It's awesome. Just a world of difference. And the night's beautiful and there's like no wind again, so that's why we're kind of spinning around. So the main reason that we want to stern anchor is obviously to have a second anchor just in case, and because we're trying to steal Wi-Fi. Because we don't have a Wi-Fi booster yet, so working on that. Yeah. Not much else that we need to make this perfect tonight, though, that's for sure. The heater working. We need to get the heater working because we don't have any heater and it's like 10 degrees, but you know, we'll get there.
What's that?
This is quite the procedure.
Yeah, so we need you to hang on to that spool.
To the line? Okay.
I'm gonna take
The boat around?
the boat and pull it over as far as I can.
Okay.
And then we need to spool that line off.
Okay.
But not. So awkward. You wanna take this up and tie it in that crate over there? Like around, yeah.
But then this happened. Yep, that's right. I accidentally sent the GoPro down 20 feet into that dark, dark mud that you saw coming off the anchor chain. As you can imagine, I felt like quite the idiot. That was the sound of the GoPro hitting the bottom. Happy first morning on the water. I'm not even sure how we got this lucky, but our friend Ian, who is a commercial diver, decided he wanted to come visit the boat and agreed to go diving for the GoPro for us while he was there.
Holy crap, Ian.
What?
lifting the tank over your head like that? What is this? He secretly is Iron Man.
Yep. Well, if anyone was going to be Iron Man,
Could be.
being.
As we suspected, the bottom was very dark and visibility was extremely poor. Just as we were about to give up on ever seeing the GoPro in our day's worth of footage again. You're my freaking hero, man! Holy sh**. Thank you so much! Oh my god, seriously.
Look of relief.
I have never been more happy about something being pulled out of the ocean in my entire life.
So good.
We were short an anchor bridle, so Logan decided to try his hand at making this one.
Alright, well, second morning. Last night I finished my bridle for the anchor, which is right here. I've spliced 2 eyes onto this guy, and the chain's gonna hook in there and not be able to fall out. I whipped the ends and melted them. My first time doing an eye splice and my first time whipping anything, so we'll see how it works out. And that's it there. So now all the weight is off of the windlass, and it's just being held by the bridle, and each of those ropes is supposedly 10,000 pound braking strength, so should be plenty strong enough, especially for where we're at right now.
So we anchored next to our friend Amanda here.
We're really close to you now.
Because we're not technically allowed to be over there in the Lagoon area.
Our lines are tight though, so I think we're taking all the current.
We're at pretty much low tide right now, and come out and notice how close we are to Amanda.
So you're not moving though?
We moved towards you.
We just have more line out, I think.
Your lines are both.
But we're not dangerously close. We're not moving any farther.
Yeah, and I'm not moving.
No, you're pretty much, yeah, straight up and down. Our lines are like pushed this direction, so.
Yeah.
If we look here, you can see the angle the chain's at. So we're like, yeah, we're like right at the edge of our chain, but look how close it looks.
We're the bigger boat.
But we have 2 anchors down, so we shouldn't really be moving any farther than that. We're not gonna swing into her. Just a tiny bit of stress. We didn't get any closer, but we definitely wouldn't have wanted to be this close during a storm. Oh, it's working! It's working! That GoPro's working again! Even after being dropped and left in the ocean for like almost 24 hours. Well done, GoPro. You make a good product. We're proud of you. So it's morning number 3 on the water. The fog is just now starting to break, but this is pretty much what we woke up to. And other than the traffic noise, this is pretty much exactly what I see as perfection. This is the kind of stuff that made us want to start sailing and to live on a sailboat. To just be close to nature. And be able to experience incredible mornings like this one. It's so calm and so peaceful. I'm just slowly drifting back to the boat, or towards Amanda's boat. Couldn't ask for much more than this, that's for sure. And the GoPro's working again, which is awesome. So again, shout out to Ian for diving for us and saving our GoPro. Just stuck it in rice for like 2 days and now it's all good again. So that's awesome. Yeah, anyway. Good morning. Maxima? Max? He wants to go to the island. So we are just getting ready here to pull up anchor and head from our anchorage to the marina, which is where we are going to stay for the winter. We were originally planning, or hoping anyway, to stay out here because it's gorgeous. But our systems are not set up for that. As it turns out, our batteries are pretty crap. So, yeah, it makes it very hard to stay on anchor when you have zero power. My computer's been dead for 2 days. We've been charging our cell phones in the car. Yeah, we don't have enough solar. So, we are going to head to the marina and hopefully get those systems figured out so that by the springtime we can actually be off-grid somewhere. And probably get town jobs, you know, on land or whatever, so that we can pay for it. So this is kind of like apparently a little bit of a contentious area between the First Nations and everybody else, and they don't really, well, not everybody, a few people apparently don't want us in here, so that's contributing a little bit to the decision. As far as we know, we're in treated waters, and by legal definition, we're allowed to be where we are right now. But there seems to be a bit of disagreement in the band about that, so in order to avoid some of that conflict as well, we figured it was just better to go to a marina for the winter. Yeah, we try our best to kind of respect First Nations rights to land as much as we can and to follow their wishes, so we were unaware of how much of an issue it was until we got here, even though by definition we're in federal waters and not on First Nations waters, and it is actually a treated area. It's no longer unceded territory. Not everybody agrees with that, I guess. So with all of those things combined, it is a lot easier for us to just spend the winter in the marina and have showers available and internet available and close to land, so we can take the dog for a walk without having to dinghy really far, and we can just leave the boat for a few days and go adventure up island and take you guys hiking and stuff with us. So we're pretty excited about that. We're gonna, I think, take off next week and go camping for a few days up island where we have not been, in the Cape Scott Park. So it's really exciting. So yeah, anyway, we're just getting ready to pull up anchor, and then we will head to the marina and say goodbye to this beautiful little lagoon in the estuary. Poor guy.
Why are you coming over here?
He doesn't know what he's doing. Don't know if we'll be able to see this on camera, but you can actually see the reeds below. But luckily, despite how close we were, we made it out into the deep water without running into anything. also made it safely into the marina for our second ever docking attempt in this boat. Thank you so much for liking, subscribing, and following along on our adventures. Shout out to our patrons, especially Charlie and Sheila, for helping us to fuel these adventures.